As you see by the records from the tail of the tape, these guys are accomplished guys. They're both very skilled guys, and I'm curious to see what strategy that each one brings into this fight.
Again, I'm sorry, Robin.
Ruella goes by the name El Guapo, which of course we have to send love to the great Boss Rutten, who pioneered the name El Guapo. He will look to do El Guapo proud.
So wide open against El Guapo. First of what's 3 5-minute rounds. Gamebred FC 1. And Weems trying to come up top, missed badly.
Ruella is mellow. Focused and mellow. Just what you want.
Orthodox stance Weems, southpaw stance Ruelas.
Ruelas with the high guard, but without the gloves, you know, it's a lot easier to go right through that middle with a straight shot, so he better be careful.
Yeah, you got to be moving, not just your head. Head movement's almost a deceptive term. It starts at the hips, really starts at the feet. You got to move your target using your whole body. Excellent work by wide open Weems.
And a grab of the fence there by Ruelas, but did not have an effect.
Said if there was any situation where he ended up uncomfortable tonight, first reaction was going to be to try and get him on his back.
Well, he must have felt uncomfortable. But now he's going to feel real comfortable here. All you're really looking to do here is be able to control your body while having a weapon free. It's really not rocket science to a degree. If you can use your head, your shoulder, your other arm, your legs, and free a hand, you'll smash your opponent with it. It's really that simple strategically. And
everything is amplified without the gloves.
Mm-hmm. So that little overhook that we see here by Ruelas, instead Weems joins his hand and goes to elbow over top.
Where you control the head, the body will go, and you see him putting the pressure downward on the head, and he's getting his way.
Yeah, we'll see that often. You look at the direction the chin is, and that's the direction that the spinal cord has to go, and the direction that the hips are pointing. Often you'll see the left shoulder here by Weems. He can use that left shoulder as soon as he frees it, and he'll slide his left hand underneath. It's one option anyways. There, using his left shoulder to control the chin.
2 minutes in here on opening round. Already 2 very entertaining fights. This is number 3 of what's 7.
Well, I mean, credit to Isaac. Gets back to his feet. And he stayed calm, so not to completely burn himself out, even though he looked a little bit, you know, certainly not in charge off his back.
Again, the evolution of MMA. It's getting so much more difficult to keep guys down on the ground and try to do any damage. People are getting so good at getting back to their feet. They're staying calm, they're staying collected, and they're getting back to their feet. However, without gloves on, when they start taking some of that damage, you may see some of that go out the window and then go and take risks that may end up hurting them.
Like that. I've had long conversations with your guy, Mike Brown, about the fact that when you're on the ground, you have the ground to push your body against, and it is harder and harder to hold someone down because you can always use the earth to push off.
It's truly getting so difficult. You have a choice. You can hold someone down and get no action and get stalled out and maybe get stood up, or you can elect to try to get aggressive, but that's going to give openings to your opponent to get to his feet.
Isaac Ruelas, man, he has been mellow throughout, even when he's been on the wrong side on the ground, and I think Weems would be, if this round were to end now 3.5 minutes into it, I think the judges would see it for him, but Ruelas is staying very much in this fight by just flowing with the action.
And the margin of the lead can change very dramatically and quickly in bare-knuckle MMA.
Sure. Coming up with the mid-knee Weems.
That inside bicep control, the left hand on the inside right bicep of Weems, that's what's that one little thing there is what's preventing Weems from striking with those 2 bony knuckles of the right fist.
Normally you'd see him try for wrist control typically and try to grab that glove, but he doesn't have it, so he's got to go to plan B.
Which is just control the bicep. But yeah, that glove, people, you know, who don't train and fight wearing gloves, there are all of these ways you can grip the edge of that glove like the end of a baseball bat. That's not here now.
Very much so. It's a huge difference. And should lead to more offense.
Ruelas loves to kick from the outside. That left kick to the open side of the body seems to be his weapon of choice so far.
Weems trying the mid kick. And then missed on the left. Misses again.
Yep.
And the spinning kick caught him in the middle. And some bombs from Ruelas.
The fact that Ruelas was able to use the weight distribution on the ground to fire off hooks meant that he wasn't overly compromised by that turning kick to the body.
Winded down our first round. Opening this one up.
Whoa, there's a little Jorge Masvidal.
Yeah, speaking of opening it up.
Ode to Gamebred right off the bat.
Opened up wide open. And Ruelas did exactly what you want to do. Just float sideways, right? Just move laterally. So he didn't get kneed in the face and wake up asking, where am I? And hearing, you know, I'm sorry, it didn't go your way. Instead, he's on his back. But if you're Weems, you're going to be happy with this.
Yeah, we've already seen what happens when you remain stationary and just bend down and look for a takedown to find its way to you.
I'd love to have been in the gym on the Monday morning when everybody was talking about Jorge's flying knee.
He actually said prior to the fight, I'm going to aim for his right collarbone. I'm going to try to break it. If I land it, if I miss, I'll hit him in the temple and put him to sleep. So I guess he missed.
Yeah, right. So inverted triangle is available here. It's tricky. You can use the fence to turn your hips. It's not there anymore. Speaking of Jorge, not one of his favorite. Dan, I
was wondering if you were going to bring that up.
Well, you know, hey, listen, when you're a great fighter, and this is for the audience at home, all the best fighters, they have the best highlight reels, but the real ones understand that sometimes you go the other way too. The authentic fighters know, the real guys know, hey, tonight's not my night, but more often than not it is.
The more aggressive you are, the higher level opponents you fight, the better your chance of getting caught one of these times.
Well, speaking of getting caught, rolls belly down to go for that arm bar here.
Smarter Ruelas to stack hard.
Yep, and pivoting again. Now he'll try to reach underneath that leg. Look how chill Ruelas is.
Yeah, he actually thought about digging that arm all the way under and going belly down.
And slides the knee in again.
Good job by Ruelas.
So the game here by Ruelas is just to crowd these hips. And ball of the foot on the mat so you can drive at least one knee forward and just crowd these hips. You know, Ruelas has patiently waited for this moment through 7 minutes. He has patiently waited for the time he'd be on top, Weems might be tired, and he'll get to put some knuckle on him.
Let's see what he can do with it. A lot of times, jiu-jitsu, the guy on the bottom, it comes down to hips and grips, you know? The guy on the top's going to follow the hips. You're going to try to control the grips, but you're going to have a much harder time controlling grips without that glove on. So we're going to see how that translates here.
Here. Not a complete, it's not there, but it's not there. And he'll turn towards it, and step all the way across. Still going to go for the armbar again here. This time there's something there. That arm, the stack is working. I like that.
I like the stack, and I like the knees to the body.
Yeah, the knee is a nice choice.
No panic in Ruelas, so he's obviously comfortable on the ground, even though his strength is Muay Thai.
Yeah, well-rounded fighter. We're 22 years old. He's under Renzo Gracie for BJJ. Richard Cruz, his Muay Thai coach.
He was looking just for a Kimura, maybe to use it to sweep or to get up on the neck. Feet are floating in the air here. We want him on the hips probably here.
It was a minute ago, and it was looking like he was going to create some space with it, but as Ruelas stacked in a little closer, he decided to just open it up and reach for the Kimura again, maybe.
Yeah, with the feet on the hips, there's many things we can do. Control his body, move our own body, but also extract one foot, put it underneath us.
And every time he moves, he's causing Ruelas to react to it instead of punching him in the face, which is a very good thing when you're underneath a guy without gloves on.
I like the fact that he can... Oh,
here he goes for that. Oh, no, he did not get all the way around.
He kneed the head there, but he actually was kneeing at the body and the head moved. So it's an inadvertent strike, but it's one you absorb nonetheless. But very interesting, you know, he didn't seem to try to, discourage Weems from attacking the armbar. It's like, okay, you take my arm, I'll knee the soft tissue of your belly.
It's almost like he's inviting it. He's either not doing a good job of recognizing the movement of the hips and following them to stay there, or he's inviting him to do that to open up some offense on his part.
Yeah, and it's tough to say which.
Under a minute to go here, round number 2 of what's 3 5-minute rounds.
We are not judges. That's not our assignment for the night. But I think if I was one, I'm giving Ruelas this round.
I would too.
Yeah, I think if the round ended right now, we'd be looking at 1 round apiece.
That's exactly the shot that's there for you. And Ruelas just, you know, the analogy we use a lot is weather the storm. There's a million other ways we could put it, but it flows right through the action. Uh-oh. That little slip there. That's something Weems needs to try to do as much as he can with it.
And able to end this second round on a good note.
Often is, Dan.
Even if you're not sure, you better tell the guy he lost that round, because you don't want him sitting on a lead that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Round number 3. Spinning
Oh,
kick.
big
shot. Wide open Weems.
Turning kick and then the blind elbow.
That was beautiful.
It really was. The turning left side kick.
Oh, now elbows from the mount.
And then the right elbow.
Yeah,
Just
this is
pounded
not
away
gonna
at
end
that
well for
head.
Ruelas.
This is
Good
not
use of
going
the
to end
cage.
well.
Great use of the cage, went into the armbar, but he did a good job of stacking before you see the damage.
Yeah, the cut.
Just pouring out.
Yep, the slicing elbow, and when we, no matter how this fight ends, of course, we're going to show you that elbow. It was off the turning side kick with the left foot, powered it through, and as he spun in the other direction, counter, and landed the elbow.
Completely blind, one of those things you throw up in the gym, just half joking but half serious, and there it goes. It perfectly landed.
Now, what did he do yesterday? He ended up showing us a video of something crazy he'd done.
Yes, he did. The flying knee to start a fight where ended up with a back take.
You know, man, Ruelas is going to bleed a lot in these next 4 minutes or less, depending on how this goes. But he is not going to back down. He's not going to shell up, and he's not going to recede. He's going to fight this one through. There's that shoulder pressure. We were talking about changing the direction of the chin to control the spine.
Obviously looking for the head and arm.
Yeah. He's got it.
Cool customer.
Ear to tricep.
Now he moved to the side. He needs to go hips down, but he gave that little open, and the blood certainly played a big factor in that.
Yeah. Human lubricant.
90 seconds in, 3.5 to go. Can this go the distance?
Sick fight, guys.
Great third round. You could tell both guys know they need this round, and they're both laying it on the line and going for it.
Look at Jorge's face. He's like, yep, I get it.
Been there, done that.
End of Jorge Masvidal's press conference yesterday, the media scrum. Joshua Wide Open Weems was the one who raised his hand and said, I just want to thank you for this promotion.
Yeah.
This opportunity. Definitely making the most of it, both of these fighters.
Watch out for that spinning elbow or spinning back fist. If you're Weems, you know, why not? And he looks like he's flashing the shoulder in such a way that don't be surprised if he does spin again. Twin fastballs.
Ricardo Cruz urging Ruelas forward from his corner.
Now we're gonna try the omoplata. No.
Man, he's gonna have a difficult time with that high guard with all that blood there.
Man, this Ruelas, he is not the more skilled of the two. I don't think, you know, from an analytical standpoint, quantitative and qualitative standpoint, we'd say he's the more skilled fighter. But he's taking his minutes, and he's just grabbing the food out of the mouth of Weems.
And he's a tough guy, and there is no backing down.
Yeah.
You hear the stereotype of the Mexican fighter and how tough they are and how badly they want it. Well, sometimes there's a reason why you end up with a stereotype.
Yeah, and I mean, to make generalizations and stereotypes of any particular group is often rude, but not when it's something awesome, right?
Agreed.
Not when it's something awesome, and that's the case. That is an absolute compliment to the fighters that come from the proud country of Mexico.
I feel like I'm doing a broadcast with your Instagram account, except this is live.
Yes, it's such a thrill to be here with you guys.
And again, a very difficult round to score right here. I mean, the first 2 rounds seemed pretty clear-cut who won, but who do you have ahead? Do you have the monster shot and the damage done by Weems, or do you have the control right here by Ruelas?
If Ruelas owns this minute, I believe he owns this fight, which is crazy as he was sliced open with that spinning elbow off the turning side kick. And here he is mounted, or 3/4 mounted, now half guard, top half. He may try the headed arm again, and Weems may be baiting him into it.
He could just be looking for whatever space he needs to get a little bump off and use the sweat and the blood to get up.
Shin on belly, now the buck, and then a couple of punches. Yeah, man.
A couple of shots.
Ruelas is taking this fight back.
Man, flattened him out very well there.
Got the head again.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Final
now,
30 seconds.
Dan, what do you guys call this spot?
We call it hell.
Yeah, I know.
Is what we call. That's a Conan Silveira special right there. That guy's been doing that to us for 25 years.
Tonight it's hell in Biloxi.
Man, I dig this kid, man. This is fighting, of course, is an art form, but it's also about heart and guts and will sometimes, and that's what it was for these two guys. But I think Ruelas got it.
May have been a little premature on the bell there. I thought I saw some seconds left, but my goodness.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let's hear from both these men inside the cage. After 3 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge number 1 scores about 30-26, Weems. Judge number 2 scores about 29-28, Ruelas. And judge number 3 scores about 29-28 for your winner by split decision. From the red corner, Joshua Wide Open Weems.
9-1 now for Joshua Wide Open Weems.